And we are back. Tony Formosa, our guest here tonight on SportsLine. We're getting set for the All-American 400 coming up this weekend at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. We talked about the car count. We talked about cars from 15 states. You got a name there, or you got a list there of names, and some of them jump off the page at me. So for huge race fans out there, run down some of these. Some are names like Sterling Marlin that I think everybody knows, and then you've got some young stars in the up-and-coming.
Exactly. Two-time Daytona 500 champion, Sterling Marlin. He's everybody's favorite.
Sure.
Just a good old boy, and he actually won a race at the fairgrounds this year, dominated the entire race, and his post-race inspection just came up just a little bit short, and so he was disqualified from that. But he has showed a lot of muscle, very hungry for a win. You have Cole Williams, which has won 5 races this year in the Hunter Sand and Gravel Pro Late Model Series presented by Big Machine Records. $5,000 a win. He's a top winner this year at $25,000. He's already taken home. He is in content to win this thing. You've got 14-year-old Chandler Smith from Jasper, Georgia, which has all of the stuff that Chase Elliott had when he was winning the All-American 400 and the Snowball Derby and winning all the late model races before he graduated into Sprint Cup racing. And then you've got, your hot shoes from California, Derek Thorne from Bakersville, California. You've got going up against people like Willie Allen. Willie won like 8 out of the last 12 races. So, and then you've got Bubba Pollard from Sonola, Georgia, that is just a great guy. When he's on the track, you can count on him being in the halt for the checker flag, regardless of where he's at. Son of former Winston Cup star Rusty Wallace, Stephen Wallace from Mooresville, North Carolina. And then you got guys like Austin Brawley and Justin Ashburn and Sterling Marlin that are local stars here. So, but one of the really unique things to this is some of these guys are running the 100-lap pro late model race, and they're jumping right into another car and running 400 laps in a super late model race. That's 500 laps in one day.
That's a long day.
That's going to be interesting for me to watch. I saw Harry Gant run 600 laps one time and almost won both races. Did win one of them, but it's going to be a sight to watch some of these guys run 500 laps.
Test of endurance. We'll try and show you in a few minutes. When I got in a car with you a few weeks ago, man, it's hot. We went maybe 20 laps or something like that. To get out there for 500 when you're in the car and you got 30-some cars on the track around you, that is the ultimate test.
We got to do that again.
Hey, I'll come anytime you want. That was a blast. I'd love to get out there and do a little bit more. To the phones we go. Kevin, good evening.
How you doing, Steve? You doing all right?
Doing well. Thanks for the call.
Tony, what are you doing, brother?
Well, I'm just trying to let everyone know about the 32nd annual All-American 400 presented by Freeman and Webb Company.
Let me tell you something, Steve. Back in the 90s, that man sitting beside you, if they had the spin rule back there, he'd have been running in the back every night.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
You called him a dirty driver?
Tony and Nikki in those turbo blue cars, Andy Kirby, Chubby Krause, Dylan Phelps. I'm bringing back some old names here, Tony. I worked for Buford Racing, Joe Buford, man. We rattled off some championships and 60-something wins or whatever it was, but that place was, excuse your phrase, that place was hell on wheels back in the 90s, man. I do miss that place.
Wow.
It was that. Thanks for calling.
Kevin, we appreciate the call. Let's squeeze in LD here. LD, thanks for the call.
Hey, how you doing, Steve?
I'm doing well.
All right. God bless the Nashville Motor Speedway. I have a question, though. My question is about sponsorship. Some of these names of these great drivers, if they're listening or if they are going to listen, have they ever considered sponsoring auto mechanics throughout the circuit or using their name, car, to bring attention to auto mechanics? I believe there's an opening where Nashville Motor Speedway can circuit and probably become more of a broader spectrum if these names as winners and as participants were considered in auto mechanics sponsorships or whatever you would call it, legislations?
All right, LD, thanks for the call. What about that?
Good question. Really good question. And we do a lot of stuff for kids, and we've actually talked to the Auto Diesel College a number of times, and we have had some of the better employees that we have had at the Speedway have come to work for the Speedway through internships and whatnot, but not just some of the people in the office, but some of the guys that do the lineups and whatnot, right down to some of the tech guys. So the opportunity is there. All you have to do is give us a call at the Speedway. We're always very much open for any type of marketing partnerships or anything we can do for kids. We're all about kids. We're all about the schools and getting kids interested in what we're doing.
And always so family friendly. Don't forget, you got the money drop, you got the TV giveaway as always. That'll come up on Saturday this weekend, part of the All-American 400. We got to take a break. We will come back. When we do, you get to see me in the car with Tony flying around the track. We'll show you that coming up next.